If we can get the camera straight. All right, welcome back to the build of our C10 that we're building. So today's goal of what we're gonna try and do is get the floor plans replaced in here. We got all this rust. I mean, we got a hole and all that. We're hoping some of this we can use some other metal that we've got to try and patch it in a little bit better, but we're gonna replace some both sides on it, try to get in there and see if we can get inside the cabin painting this weekend. It's gonna be questionable, but that's the plan. So, because last time, remember, we got the rear axle all figured up. We've got the tires on there, the coilovers. We need to throw brakes on it still. But I mean, who needs brakes? So just slow you down. But, and also since last time we had spoke, I was able to pick up a step side for this. So instead of having the normal fleet side, we're going to go with the step side because it looks cool. So that's where it is for right now. So we'll get to building and we'll catch you here in a minute. So, since you just last saw me cutting the floorboards up on that cab, we decided to change it up a little bit. So, what we're going to do is use this cab. So, this old one, but we're just going to use this cab. It's pretty good condition. I mean, someone broke out the window, but altogether it's got next to zero rust on it. We checked under the mats on there. There's just a tiny bit of surface rust on there, nothing like we had. Got a little cab down there, well, damage right there we'll have to fix, but other than that, I mean, this cab is good. And then we'll have to just patch the holes where the cab lights went on top of this. So that's the plan of what we're going to do. So now we just gotta get in here till we can get the cab lifted off, use our gin pulls on our blazer that we've got, and get it done. So I'll be back to you when we get things all hooked up and ready to go. Well, forgot to turn the camera on for first part of the removal, but we got the fun part anyway. So now we're gonna work on getting the cab pulled off. All right, so as you saw earlier, we got the front end off, so I forgot to turn the camera on for the first part of it, but it is there. I think I already told you that, but there's only 4 cab mounts. Like, oh, pull that one. There's something out. Yeah, it wasn't all the way out. That could have been a big issue. Oh, crap. Yeah, that would have been bad. Try and pull up on it, had that, but there's only 4 mounts. Oh, and just remember there's that cable. So I guess there's a couple small little things we still have to do, but basically, you just have the 4 cab mounts. This thing, the whole thing lifts off. I can actually, if I put both hands, I can lift it up. But right now, just strap running inside on there, both up on top. I'm gonna come back with our blazer and start lifting it up and see what we forgot to unhook. So sit back and enjoy the ride. It's close, but you get it. All right, so update on the truck again. Once again, plans are changing fairly drastically. I mean, you know how it goes, but so as you see, we have got no cab, no nothing on the frame. But it's just the front suspension, and I'm really wanting this, look real nice and clean underneath, so I'm gonna spend the extra time to get the frame painted and stuff so it looks more like the back end is on there, and you can see where I stopped painted. And we're potentially going to keep the cab off for a while, because since we're going to have to get a new transmission mount and everything, since we're going from automatic to standard, from standard to automatic, we might just get the tranny, engine, everything all in before we throw the cab back on and start painting it. So that's the update for now. So we're going to work on getting all the hard lines for the fuel system and everything off, because we're changing that up to a tank in the rear versus the saddle tanks on these. And so yeah, let's start getting this sucker cleaned up.